Okay, so I could see that this free finger technique that I just invented, that's basically a word I invented, just performed quite good. And I just want to show some more about it. So when you are going out to try and applying this free finger technique, make sure that the racket is not in here. It has to get out in the fingers. So right here, and then you are able to kind of hit, and then in the last thing you squeeze. And take a look here. So just when I'm about to hit, I then rotate at the same time as I squeeze in my forearm. So this is basically the movement. These two still rest. I start, if I squeeze with everything now, that would be impossible, simply because, as you can see, this finger can't squeeze because the racket is basically over it. So I start squeezing slightly with my fingers on top of the racket, and when the smallest finger is visible, like that, I can squeeze. So just like that. So that might be your indication of when to squeeze and rotate. That's when the racket goes down to this area, like that, squeeze. So that means you're not squeezing with everything, which I might have said, but you're squeezing with the top first, and then with the others. Otherwise you can just start here. That wouldn't give you this extra power. Maybe you can see the difference from here to here. Most of the time I'll go like this if I'm feeling relaxed and in good control, but if I'm not, I might start here so I can squeeze with everything and not do this really detailed movement. So that's difficult. And I'll just try to explain what I just said. So if I start with my little finger visible, like that, and do the free finger principle, I'm just hitting right away. That would be something like this. I use the free first shuttle. Okay. I'm just going to show you where they land afterwards, but I'll not do any clips so you don't think this is made some movie trick or whatever. But they land nearly the same place. Now just try to make the little finger not visible, to give them this extra power. See how that goes. Okay. So it was a bit further, but I'm just going to show you so you not think that there was any trick involved. Yeah. So as you can see, the free first here was with the little finger visible, so I couldn't squeeze that hard, and this was the latest one, the last one. So okay, and that was just me in the light. It's quite difficult to do this, but I just hope that you'll give it a try. And it's also what happens up here. If you are like that, then you're really able to squeeze hard. But most players is with the little finger visible, as you can see here, and not like that. But the more loose you can hit or start with, the more power you can generate. See if that's possible for you. Now I'll just show what's exactly the same in the backhand. Yeah, wait a second. Many of you might say that I hit harder at the one or the other try or whatever, but why it sounds different is, of course, there was more power in the last one. It wasn't because I tried to hit harder to illustrate some kind of point. I just tried to illustrate that when you're hitting like that, then you'll gain more power. Okay, I just want to show you exactly what I did in the forehand, but this time in the backhand. Once is with the, I just showed here first. When I'm talking about the backhand, it's still this indication that we're looking for. So the backhand, I of course put my thumb here on the side, and if my little finger isn't visible, it's like this, and if it's visible, it's like that. So I just need to remember how that feels in my hand, because you can't use it the same way here. Maybe I can do like that, and then I can see it here, or and here I can see it. So that means when I'm about to hit at the side, it will look like that, swing that way. If I hold a bit more tight, I can see the smallest fingers coming right there. But one thing to consider is, of course, I'm an adult and I'm a man, so what happens with adults and men is that our hands is slightly bigger than most women and boys. I'm using a small grip here, so this indicator works for me. So even though I have a bigger hand than probably most people, I still use the smallest grip that I can get, because I want this extra power. It just feels so good that every time you are in the late, maybe in the late backhand here, or in the late forehand, you can set yourself free. So you don't have to have this huge grip where you just need to get it, and you can do like that even in the forehand or even in the backhand. Try to see, because you can't really get that snap into it. But that's just what I'll tell you now. And hopefully you can use some of this that I show you to get even better at this. But now I'm just going to show that the backhand. So with the first one, I'm just going to do like I did before. I'm doing it in one clip, so you can see that there shouldn't be any video editing or anything involved. But let's try. This first one is with the little finger visible, just trying to give it some power. Okay, it's all right. And they're actually landing quite good. Okay, so that was basically brilliant. Now it's without the little finger, so I should actually be able to hit with more power. But I'm a bit worried because they was quite good. But let's see. Okay, maybe that was a bit taller. Yeah, you can see that was a bit more fire. Okay, so yeah. Whoops, you can decide for yourself, but the first three over here, that was that and that was with the little finger visible, and the other one, this one and those two, was without the little finger visible. But maybe that was a bit fly a bit higher in the air when it was going. So yeah, that's basically the same principle used when you're about to hit over your head. So you should try and see if that might work for you, and hopefully some of these tips might help. Many of you requested I did another one on this principle, and it's not something that you can Google or whatever you want to find out more information about. That was just simply some term that I invented to explain a point. So, but I think you should try and investigate this just using less fingers when hitting with more power, less dominant. That might give you an edge or maybe an advantage when you're playing, and especially in the late backhand and forehand, because that's really where you want to give it all you can. Thanks for watching. Until next time.